You're listening to the PRO Media Network, the next level in entertainment.
For all things Pelicans, you're now listening to the Pelican post-game report on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q chiming in with you on Pelican post-game report, episode 450. It's the PELS versus the Raptors recap. And can I tell you, man, it was, for those who watched it, they seen a lot of information coming over from got kind of bumped off of television by a more important game, I imagine, when the Lakers and the Clippers showed up. But what can I tell you, family? The Pelicans fall woefully short. No, not woefully short, but, still not what I would expect it to happen. But still, family, welcome to the Pelican Post-Game Report on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q chiming in. And if you're a Pelican Post-Game Report person, if you're a fan of the Pelicans, please subscribe, hit the notification bell as we recap this one with the Pelicans. Man, what can I tell you, man? First observations on it, man, is we're going to cover it today. I was trying to get some interviews to kind of hit you guys with so far with the Pelican post-game report. But right now, of course, we usually when they way up there in Canada and all that kind of stuff, it takes a while for them to kind of get things together. So you probably won't be hearing interviews or something on this show for today, just straight breakdown as I go over it. And I know a lot of family members wanted to see the Pelicans take off the day they played the Raptors, and I thought they had an opportunity to win this game, to be quite honest with you. I really do thought I thought that. I thought they had an opportunity to win this game. And for those who've been following me and listening to me talk about the Pelican post-game report on the Pelican post-game report over the last 5 seasons or so, going into the 5th season, about the Pelicans, I am really critical of Elvin Gentry, to be an understatement. I think as far as offense goes, Elvin Gentry is he runs a fast-paced scheme, but I think he sacrificed defense for offense, and it comes to bite you in the ass. And I seen, looking at this game, that's pretty much what happened. The Pelicans had an opportunity to build upon the lead that they had in this game, but woefully let it slip. I mean, the ridiculousness of just jacking up three-pointers late in the game. You have an opportunity to build upon leads, and instead of attacking the paint, when you're supposed to attack the paint to build on your leads, you end up jacking up cold-ass three-pointers. I just don't understand the logic of what you're doing. Where was the defense tonight? You get Derek Favors. You get all these other defensive pieces. What was Jackson Hayes in this matchup? I mean, I have so many questions pertaining to why the hell you didn't double down Siakam, who put up 30-something points on you. Why did Van Fleet was able to penetrate the paint so easily, and he had a hurt ankle, still came in and killed him. And my goodness, Drew Holiday. New staff, same old Drew Holiday. The same old Drew Holiday that can't hit free throws. Had he hit these free throws, these penalty free throws, they would have went on to win the game. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. His turnovers, throwing the ball. I mean, oh my goodness. And it's just, I know they got some wrinkles to kind of iron out in this game, but they had this team. I mean, they had this team. They could have won this game against this Toronto team. Anyway, family, welcome to the Pelican Post-Game Report. I'm going to dive right on into some statistics here, the Pelican Post-Game Report, dealing with the Pelicans and give you some insight on it. Pelicans shot 43 of 102 for 42% from downtown. I mean, actually in the field, from the field, versus 41% by the Raptors. They were 19 of 45 for 42% from the three-point line versus 14 of 40 for 35% by the Raptors. From the free throw line, 17 of 20 for 85%. The Raptors were 32 of 38 for 84.2%. And like I said, it was two crucial free throws. Had Drew Holiday went to the line twice with opportunities to convert those penalty shots into something, they would have walked away a winner in this one. Can't totally put it on Drew Holiday, man. He just, I don't know sometime about him at times. His thought process and what he does, holding the ball, prone over the turnovers. But the Pelicans had 19 turnovers for 22 points versus the Raptors 17 for 20 points. They had 13 points on fast break points, and they were beat by the Raptors 20 points on fast break points. So 20-13, the Raptors beat them in fast break points. And points in the paint was domination by the Raptors. 56-38 because we like to jack the ball up cold as a flounder at times. Even though we shot 42% from the three-point line, I still don't want to see you jacking up cold shots like that when they could have been attacking the paint. They could have been actually attacking the paint and adding to the lead. I just didn't like what I seen tonight from the Pelicans. Beyond that, the statistics go. The Pelicans had 30 assists versus 23 by the Raptors, 4 steals versus 7 steals by the PELS, 9 blocks in the game for the Pelicans versus 3. And like I said, 19 turnovers for 22 points in the game. They had 34 fouls in the matchup versus 24 fouls by the Raptors. A lot of curious thing. 11. The biggest lead they had was by 11, and of course they let it shrink. Now the field goals, like I said, the Pelicans shot 42% from the field and 42% from downtown. Didn't mean much of nothing. I think critical, the thing you look at in this aspect of the breakdown is the fact that the Pelicans, basically it came down to them not being able to get the defensive stops when they needed, which was the same problem we had last year. Now, we got new personnel, and you know I'm optimistic. And I think we got enough athletic defensive personnel that can make a difference. Of course, Derek Favors wasn't exactly good in this game. He had a lot of stupid fouls in this game, really curious fouls by him. And like I said, if you followed the show from the previous season, you know I'm not an Elvin Gentry fan. I'm not, and I'll tell you why. I gave Elvin Gentry an opportunity some time ago, but it's just his inability to get up, even when they were just shooting these 3-pointers when they didn't need to. He's just sitting on the bench letting it happen. Instruct your team to stop shooting the 3 and attack the paint. They had an opportunity to do something with it. And make the adjustments defensively. Stop Van Fleet from penetrating. He had a ridiculous game against the Pelicans, and also Siakam, before he fouled out in the game, he was brutalizing him in the paint. He had four guard lineup where he had Drew Holiday guarding Siakam. That's the kind of stupidity I'm talking about. You can give Elvin Gentry 6'9", 6'8" guys out there that can actually guard it. You had a guy like Jahlil Okafor that could have guarded Siakam. Throw Jackson Hayes at him. Jackson Hayes didn't play 1 minute in this game. You could have used Jackson Hayes' defensive prowess in this game and matching him up on Siakam. Throw a body at him. You can't let Siakam, and most of the time it was one-on-one matchups, letting him get brutalized by undersized guards. I mean, it's just he was brutalizing guys like Drew Holiday, backing them down and all. I mean, come on, man. Come on. And I know it's just the first game, but I'm telling you, man, you got to watch this stuff. And it's just, that's what I was saying about Elvin Gentry. I'm not a fan of Elvin Gentry, his style of system. Once again, in this one, even though you score a lot of points, you give up a lot of points. You scored 122 points and you gave up 130. Where is the defense? Where the hell is the defense? Now, looking at some of the statistics, Ingram he was the top man with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in this game in 35 minutes. He looked really good in this game, by the way. Really good. 35 minutes, 8 of 19 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. He hit all his free throw shots. The second leading scorer behind him was 16 from J.J. Redick, who was absolutely lights out. 27 minutes, he shot 6 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from downtown. He had 16 points in the matchup. Then behind him was 14 points by Nico Melli, who played 20 minutes, gave him 14 points and about 5 rebounds and shooting 5 of 7 from the field. He was 4 of 5 from downtown, 15 points from Jason Hart. In 28 minutes, he was 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. He had 15 points, 10 rebounds in the matchups. He was absolutely special in this game. You know, his Hart taking charges. Jason Hart's a special player. Outside of that, Drew Holiday did score 13 points In 41 minutes, he was 6 of 15. He was 1 of 6 from downtown, cold as a flounder. And then with the free throws that he could have hit to help the team, he was 0-2. And this has continued to be a problem with Drew Holiday. I mean, this guy, I just don't understand, man. I mean, you get in there and it's clutch situations. You get an opportunity to get free throws. You're supposed to hit those free throws. He did not. He went 0 for 2 from the line, and he stunk tonight. I mean, he stunk. He stunk, in my opinion. You played 41 minutes, and the best you can attribute in the game was 13 points and 6 rebounds, and the guy turned the ball over 5 times. That's what I keep saying. When he gets the ball, he's a turnover magnet. Please don't let Drew Holiday hold the ball. I've been saying this from last year and the last couple of years. Drew Holiday is not a good ball handler. You know, when that's why Lonzo Ball is here. Then you get these lineups where Alvin Gentry was running the second lineups where they didn't have a clear-cut point guard on the court, where either your best point guard off the bench is Frank Jackson. Let Frank Jackson come in and handle the ball. Please don't let Drew Holiday handle the ball. Don't let him handle the ball because he just turns it over. He doesn't look where he's throwing the ball. If you watch him, you bring back the film and watch Drew Holiday. He gets stuck. He doesn't, when he gets ready, he gets ready to make a pass. He turns and look. He doesn't, and he throws, but he doesn't look where he's throwing at. 5 turnovers in this game. You can't have that kind of turnover ratio against a team like the Toronto Raptors. Even though the Toronto Raptors are lacking Kawhi Leonard, who left, this is still a good basketball team. They're not a championship basketball team, but they're still a very good basketball team that you can't afford to make stupid turnovers with 5 turnovers on the night and then missing 2 crucial free throws that could ultimately help your team win. So I just don't get it. The question, what's up, Kenneth? Welcome to the live stream. I see your fam. He says Gentry had Drew Holiday guarding Siakam for some strange reason. He was exhausted. This is the thing. That's my problem with Alvin Gentry. It doesn't make sense for you to have 4 guard line rotations or 4 guard lineups and then you severely impact your team defensively when you have to use one of your guards to guard a guy like Siakam. Siakam is what, 6'7", 6'8"? Why was Drew Holiday guarding him like that? I just don't understand. You had all of that length. You got Jackson Hayes there you could have thrown at him. You could either throw Okafor at him, put a big body on him, make it difficult for him. They weren't even doubling Siakam. He got his points whenever he wanted to. And not only that, but you look at how how the little point guard Fred VanVleet played. He got into the paint anytime he wanted to. Where was the big man to stop that from happening? Where was the rotations to stop that from happening? New personnel, same old routine with Alvin Gentry's system. That's the problem I have with Alvin Gentry. That's why I've been advocating over the last couple of years that he should be fired. And they fired Darren Erman, who was supposed to be his defensive coordinator, who absolutely stunk. He couldn't get these guys to play defense. But this team defensively looked the same way it did last year. I mean, you score a lot of points, but you've given up more points. 122 points the Pelicans score, but give up 130 points. You cannot have that kind of turnover ratio and expect to beat good teams in this league. The Pelicans had this game in their hands. They had an opportunity to beat the Toronto Raptors and steal a little luster off of their ring ceremony and open them up with a loss to get the season going. They had an opportunity to take it from them. Did not like these rotations. I love Jason Hart, how he played in this game. I like Nico Melli. But Jackson Hayes is a defensive stalwart. He should have been a guy that played some minutes in this game. I like Kenrich Williams, don't get me wrong. But how about putting Jackson Hayes in there? You could have used his defensive blocking to stop guys like Pascal Siakam from getting in there. So like I said, it's a lot of foolishness going on, but the Pelicans fall in this one, man. And can I tell you, family, it's just another one. They open up 0-1, but they got a matchup coming up next. When is it? Friday? When they take on, I think it's Dallas they take on. That's right, Dallas. That'll be at the Smoothie King Center. So I'd like to thank y'all for joining the Pelican post-game report on the PRO Media Network. If you guys like the Pelicans as much as I do, well, you know what? I tell you what. When we come back, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to do about a few more minutes on it. Get some more breakdowns. So just stay with us. You're rocking with the Pelican post-game report on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q. Stay with us. pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to embracepetinsurance.com. That's embracepetinsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Get all the latest news and updates from your New Orleans Pelicans at the Pelicans Eye View, the new and official Pelicans Daily Journal, covering everything Pelican. Attention, everyone. Get breakdown on games, free agent signings and potential moves, unbiased opinions and straight up facts with statistical analysis from G Balance. Go to www.thesportsdaily.com/Pelicans-I-View.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registers and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
There's a lot of reasons to be a fan, but only NBAStore.com has all the gear.
Are you a Pelicans fan? Check out the Pelican postgame report on the PRO Media Network.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, you're listening to the Pelican postgame report on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q. Recap, man. Pelicans, Raptors. Pelicans fall in the season opener, man. They fall 130 to 122 to the Toronto Raptors. Celebrated had a ring ceremony before the game the Pelicans witnessed. Still wasn't enough to inspire the Pelicans to victory, man. What I got to say about that? You know, I'm not really too happy about this win, even though it's the first game of the year. But at the same time, I like, if we're a good team, and I know we're a good team, I like a measuring stick game to kind of see what we can do here. We could have had this Toronto Raptors game, and I hate having games that's right there slip through our fingers like that. I despise it. I don't like it. It upsets me a bit. But the fact is, it wasn't like we wasn't in this game. We had this game in many intervals. It was the mindset of jacking up three-pointers. I just don't understand the principle. If you're up by 2, and there were several times late in the game the Pelicans were up by 2, and then they started hoisting up three-pointers. Just taking shots at the three-point. I mean, it didn't make no sense. At some point, you know you wasn't cold. You have to switch your mindset and attack the paint. You could have built on a lead. It's stuff that the coach has to do when he sees that his team is struggling, shooting the three. Don't just sit your ass on the bench and just sit down and don't do nothing like he so often does. Get up, command him to start attacking the paint. Drew Holiday is a good guard. He knows how to get to the paint. Get to the paint and make something happen. Had they had done that, we'd had a different outcome today. The defense on the other side was horrible. I mean, come on. The defense was terrible. It was absolutely awful. I mean, you score 120 something points and give up 130 points. What the hell is that? You know, what is that? What happened to all of the great defense we were supposed to get with guys like Derek Favors? What happened with the guys with Jackson Hayes? We drafted Hayes to be a defensive stalwart, but he don't play not 1 minute in the game. No doubling down of their star talent. You know, this guy Siakam is their top talent. He got $100+ million contract. They know they were going to force the ball down low against him. Where was the length to defend against this guy? Why wasn't that utilized? And like I said, I'm not a fan of Alvin Gentry. I've been advocating him to get fired for years now. I don't think he has the proper scheme to do anything because he wants to run you to death, but he don't want to please sacrifice defense for offense. And I just think that's absolutely asinine. You want to run up and down the court, but then when the guys run back, they allow guys to run up the lane. That's the same blueprint, the same thing they did last year. And it often, like I said, it's like it's watching a movie and repeat, but you got different players. You know, and it's asinine. We had a couple opportunities in this game to take care of business against the Raptors. Drew Holiday, like I said earlier in the show, had an opportunity to hit 2 penalty shots that could at different points of times that could put the Pelicans ahead. He went 0 for 2 from downtown. He struggled mightily in this game, period. He's absolutely stunk in this game, to be quite honest with you. Even though he scored 13 points in the game, which is actually a terrible stat if you compare that versus his minutes. 13 points in 41 minutes. That's horrible. 6 of 15, 1 of 6 from downtown. Just kept jacking them up. 1 of 6 from downtown, 0 for 2 from downtown, 13 points and 5 turnovers from this dude. 5 freaking turnovers from this dude. The only other dude that had more turnovers than him, that had more turnovers to Drew Holiday. Actually, nobody had more turnovers to Drew Holiday. Reddit had a few. But he had 5 freaking turnovers handling the ball. And I keep saying that he's not the guy that should be handling the ball. Do not let Drew Holiday. I've been saying that for a long time. He's not a good ball handler. You don't let him run the offense. Don't let him dribble the ball up because he turns it over too much. He don't look where he's throwing the ball most of the times, and I just don't like it. 5 turnovers on him. He allowed himself to get trapped in the play, which, I mean, it's just too much. It's just silly. It's silly. We had this team. This team is nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing without Kawhi Leonard, but you shouldn't have struggled with them as much as you did. But in the end, let me finish up with some of the statistics, fam, in this one and go back over. Like I said, Ingram finished with the top spot, 22 points, 8 of 19, 2 of 5 shoot from downtown, 4 of 4. The bench was nice. Jason Hart came off the bench. He had 15 points, 10 rebounds in the game, 14 points for Nico Melli and 5 rebounds in the game. Big ups to those guys. 9 points for Frank Jackson in 14 minutes. He was good. 8 points for Jahlil Okafor in 12 minutes. He was 3 of 3 from the field in this, with 8 points and a couple of rebounds in a limited time that he did play. 5 points for Etwan Moore in 12 minutes, even though he shot 2 of 7 from downtown. Somebody got to put a lasso or something on Alexander Walker. He came in there shooting 3 points. I don't know what coach would tell your rookie to start shooting the ball like that. 12 points. He was 1 of 10 from the field and 1 of 7 from downtown. You know, and the coach cannot allow that kind of stuff to happen. The guy's a rookie, yes, but you don't let the rookie shoot that ball like that. Come on, man. That was absolutely insane. You know, that was insane for him to do that as opposed to work it down low and do what you're supposed to do. Alvin Gentry is a lunatic. He's out of his mind if he thinks that's fine for his rookie to jack up shots. Even the commentators were saying, what the hell is what is this rookie doing shooting all these 3-pointers for? Not even you call a play and he just jacks up a 3-pointer. You know, we don't need a clicker. We need somebody that's going to come in and flow with the offense. You take a shot if it's wide open, I have no problem for that. But usually your first priority is to attack. If you see something, attack the paint. Get to the basket, get to the free throw line for many different reasons. And I look at what the family's saying. Thank you, family, for chiming in. The saying, Kenneth Stewart, big ups to you. Said Gentry had Drew Garden, Siakam for some strange reason. He was exhausted. Siakam fouled out of this game, and the Pelicans should have won this game. And you look at Fred Van Fleet. Van Fleet injured his ankle, still came in and killed him. I mean, Drew Holiday gave up the wide open 3-pointer shot that basically extended the game and made it they couldn't catch it on Van Fleet. So it's just a comedy of errors with the Pelicans defensively, and that's the thing that's really been stinking with the Pelicans over these last couple of years, why they don't excel or go further, because they're half a team. You can't score 130 points, 140 points a game, and then let your opponent score 150. You know, even teams that don't even score this amount of pointage end up still scoring this amount of points because they're getting easy lanes to the basket and wide open jump shots. Once again, a dozen shots I counted every game, at least a dozen wide open 3-point shots by the Toronto Raptors. That's a flaw in the defensive design by the Pelicans and need to rectify it. Do I have faith that Elvin Gentry would do it? I'll leave that for another date. Can it say sorry rotations? Absolutely sorry rotations. Where was the big guys, the athletic guys like Jackson Hayes playing more? You only played Jahlil Okafor for 12 minutes in this game. You needed size to deal with Siakam. Throw some bodies at him to slow him down or something. Ricky Lee said, we miss our shots at the end, fam. Good game. Ricky Lee says Drew have to take over at the end and get to the line or create for his teammates. I'm even skeptical, even though he's a good guard at attacking the paint. I done lost confidence to a large degree that Drew Holiday could hit these shots at the free throw line. I mean, he had an opportunity to hit 2 shots to end this game that were penalty shots, that were technical shots that he missed. Had he hit those shots, the game would have been over. It wouldn't have went into overtime. We'd have had enough points extended to win the game. But, you know, that's what I'm saying about Drew Holiday. It's perplexing because he's too good of a player all around to be such a poor-ass free throw shooter. That's something he needed to been worked on, and I thought that's something that they were supposed to work on in the offseason. Predrag Collins says not giving Lonzo his minutes is absurd. Yes, thank you, Predrag. You're absolutely right. Why was Lonzo Ball not playing in the second half when he's your best point guard? That's absolutely insane. And plus, you need his drive, his ability to get to the paint, his ability to distribute the ball, his defensive ability. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't. And you look at how insane is it for you to allow Drew Holiday, who was to handle the ball as much as he did. He played 41 minutes in this game. He sat down. Lonzo Ball played 25 minutes. He was 2 of 7 for 8 points. He had 5 assists and 5 rebounds in the game. But he played only 25 minutes. Why wasn't his minutes extended up there with Ingram and the rest of them? It's absolutely amazingly insane that he should have these players. Lonzo Ball and Ingram and Drew Holiday should play 30-plus minutes a game. That's your starters. Having your best defensive point guard off the floor and your best primary ball handler, because facts are facts. Thank you there, Ricky. It's the fact that Lonzo Ball is your best and key ball handler. He's not going to turn the ball over like this buffoonish dude Drew Holiday was doing with 5 turnovers against his team, missing free throws. And might I add, he missed free throws when nobody's standing up there. I mean, you standing at the line, those are supposed to be the easiest ones. When you right there, just hit the free throws. You know, it's like they're free throws. You're supposed to be this good guard. Why can't you hit those free throws? Even one of them would have helped the Pelicans win. You know, I do not have any confidence when it comes to Drew Holiday because this game was in their hands and they allow it to slip out their hands by playing shitty defense and committing these ridiculous, absurd lineups. Now y'all understand, if y'all been listening to Pelican Post-Game Report for all these years, I lay out the facts. I lay out the facts about these teams. You got all this good talent, and I criticized the Pelicans for years, almost like they took the show and went back and fixed their team. They fixed everything I criticized except for getting rid of Elvin Gentry. And I told them then, I said, Elvin Gentry is a bullshit artist. You don't believe nothing he said, you know. But in the end, what happens? His philosophy is a half a coach. You teach offense, you ain't gonna get nowhere if you teach this offense. It's offense and defense. You can't sacrifice the defense for offense, scoring 120-something points and give up 130 points and then lose. It's not gonna happen. But anyway, fans, I'd like to thank y'all for listening to Pelican Post-Game Report on the PRO Media Network. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. We do them after every Pelican game. We're going to recap them. So hopefully they can get these things fixed as we move forward. So once again, thank y'all for joining us. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please hit the like button. And I'm Big Q. I'll see you later. Peace out.
Are you a Pelicans fan? Check out the Pelican Post-Game Report on the PRO Media Network.
The Kleins family has been getting people to go nuts for old nuts since 1995. As legends have it, a number of the Kleins friends who heard the idea said you can go nuts trying to name a store like that. In the excitement, the Kleins thought their friends said old nuts instead of go nuts and proceeded to throw caution to the wind. Old Nuts has over 2,000 items, bulk and wholesale prices of a whole lot of your favorite fruits, Nuts and Confessions, a selection of gift baskets for any budget, any occasion, and provides one of the best and impressively rated shopping experiences on the web. Fact is, between their selection, service, speed, or their online presence in the virtual mirror retail experience, they have developed an enviable client base that's comprised of personal and professional customers who count on their remarkable range of gift baskets. Think of gift basket, think about Old Nuts. Check them out, oldnuts.com. Check the link in the description section below. Tea is your escape. It's your opportunity to create a moment for stillness, for reflection, for yourself. It's your connection to a world of senses, flavors both exotic and familiar, energizing and relaxing. It's your retreat from an increasingly turbulent world. It's the perfect paradox of simplicity and complexity. Teabox.com connects tea to people, uniting the richest flavors of the finest teas with the curious, the cultivated, and the adventurous all over the world. The freshest tea you've ever tasted, from crop to cup. There's simply no simpler way to experience the wonderful complexity of tea. Teabox, packing up the freshness. Tea thrives on freshness, and so do they. Teabox temperature and humidity control facility ensure that tea is maintained. The teas themselves go into oblique bags with aluminum layers that protect them from excess moisture and light. With Teabox, shopping for fresh, loose leaf tea is easy because you make an informed purchase. You know exactly where your tea is coming from. So for the freshest teas in the world, check out Teabox.com. That's right, Teabox.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Go to newfrog.com for all of your electronic gadget needs. Fast becoming #1 online seller of cell phone and accessories, consumer electronics, automobiles and motorcycles, home and garden items, 5D diamond painting crafts, electrical and tool supplies, computer and networking supplies, lights and lighting supplies, sports and travel items, toys and hobby supplies, apparel and accessories, mother and kid items, health and beauty items, and much, much more. Newfrog.com has up to 70% off on some products. And you can check out their weekly promotions for all the best deals. Remember, when thinking online electronics and gadgets, think New Frog, newfrog.com. Check the link in the description section below.
In today's world, children are bombarded with negativity on television, online, and at school. Our kids need to have a positive outlook on life and the world around them. I want to share with you a valuable resource you can use to bring positivity into your child's life. It's the new book, 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad, G.J. Barabino. This is a simple guide loaded with wonderful and inspirational affirmations designed to uplift young people's spirits. This positive and powerful children affirmational is chock full and loaded with wonderful inspirational sayings that will lift your child's self-image to whole new levels through the awesome power of spoken word. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image, from author and dad, G.J. Barabino. Available on Amazon. Order a copy for yourself, your child's teachers, or anyone you know with children. 101 Powerful Children Affirmations, a guide to positive child self-image. Order your copy today.
What's up, Sports World? The PRO Media Network is on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers. So besides our regular programs, like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, the Pelican Post Game Report, Rapid Fire TSC, and others, we will be expanding out and offering other content like movie, anime, and gaming reviews for your entertainment. So if you enjoy our content, please donate at our Patreon page. Also subscribe, comment, and share, and help the PRO Media Network reach 10,000 subs. Peace.